Would you ever use campaign account funds for travel, trip expenses for your family or other personal needs?
Most certainly not. Campaign finance reform is something that is not sexy, but I've been, since the first time I ran, it's something, you need good government. If the people within government aren't willing to follow the rules that they themselves have a hand to craft, so campaign finance reform is necessary. We've seen scandals recently about campaign finance reform. Gordon Fox, the former speaker, he served time in jail for dipping into his campaign finance for personal uses. We've seen certain campaigns funnel money to other campaigns to advance their own agenda. If this is what they're doing with something so little, imagine what they're doing with the bigger stuff that you don't really get a chance to see. The stuff that isn't public information. So no, if I ever needed to travel to a business trip, if I can't afford it, then I can't go. I would not dip into campaign finance to do that.
Okay. Carlos, the floor is yours.
Well, since in the last 4 years, I've been a legislator. I've had the opportunity to join different organizations and caucuses around the country that pay for my travel. So I don't need to worry about that. I have taken my family with me, but that's out of my own money. And I do find, luckily with this Frontier and Spirit and a lot of discount airlines where a humble person can go and attend, great opportunity, great conferences to learn and be better and come back and do more for their community. So there's no need. The campaign finance money that I've received, I've put it back into the community, well, into, my leaflets, and as I've mentioned to some of you at the door, it costs about $3,500 to send, $3,500 to $5,000 to send mail to you. So what I'm doing is to have a better approach and have better communication. I'm asking people for their email, so I can do a newsletter 3-4 times a year to be able to communicate more effectively. But in regards to the monies that are received by a candidate or a legislator, it really just does go in getting the information back into the community, or there's been travel that I've been able to use toward that, and then it's reimbursed. So that's how I made use of the funds.